restaurant are waiting for you when you return. If there isn't, it won't be too long.
Rises in the mountains of Snowdonia in North Wales, just to the west of Lake Bala. After flowing northeastward along the broad valley to Cork, it plunges down the beautiful vale of Llangollen before leaving the Welsh foothills near Bangor-on-Dee. It then meanders northward through the Cheshire Plain before eventually swinging northwestward at Chester. After flowing over the Chester Weir, then onto the Old Dee Bridge, it then progresses another 18 miles along the Dee estuary, finally discharging into the Irish Sea. If you're really lucky today, you may even see a black cormorant on the riverside or standing on the weir. Should it have its wings fully outstretched, then it has probably just eaten and is now digesting its meal. Below the weir, in the lower reaches of the river, salmon fishing was undertaken commercially for decades. Of course, being good upstanding citizens, the crew returned onto the river, thus allowing them to continue their journey. In more recent times, the National Environment Agency bought up all the traditional fishing concessions in order to preserve fish stocks. The original growers were actually kinsmen of William the Conqueror himself. Look out for some riverside wooden cottages, which were once part of the property of the large houses to the rear. Over the years, many of these riverside holdings have been sold off. Prices vary considerably depending on their size and quality. Still on the left-hand side, but sweeping well to the right, you will notice a tall chimney. This is Chester's lead shot tower. This tower was built in 1799 to provide lead shot, otherwise known as musket balls, primarily for use as ammunition in the Napoleonic Wars. Although a number of such towers were built at this time, Chester's tower remains not only as the oldest of the 3 remaining towers in the UK, but as a reminder of those far-off days. This suburb was also very significant 2,000 years ago. The Romans of the day discovered natural water springs in the vicinity and pumped their supplies into the city by means of lead pipes and an aqueduct. Just a little distance beyond the church, look out for an overgrown, uncultivated area known as Hangman's Hill. This was the place where such executions were carried out. A little known fact is that 15% of those executed were actually men. It is still consecrated land and is unlikely to be built upon in the foreseeable future. From the 13th to the 17th century, some 300,000 unfortunates suffered similar deaths throughout Europe. The last such trials in England were in 1712. Just ahead on the right-hand side, and partially hidden by the huge trees, look out for a very tall red brick building in appearance just like a fairy tale castle. This was once the home of the author Thomas Hughes, who amongst other literary works wrote Tom Brown's School Days. Now look out for what appear to be some lovely Georgian buildings on the right-hand side. Known as Diva Terrace, they were actually built by the Victorians. Diva was the name given to the city 2,000 years ago by the Romans, in honour of the Celtic goddess of this very same reality on which you are now sailing. Some of you may have seen or heard of Brown's department store in the city. Founded by Susanna Brown in the late 18th century, it later went on to become one of the best shops in the north of England. It was this same family who in the 1880s provided funds for necessary restoration work and the planting of the grove of lime trees, which you can see all along the right-hand side of the river. The large buildings on the left-hand side were built from the mid to late 19th century, once again for the well-to-do people of the day. Nowadays, many have been converted into nursing homes and the like. I also hope that you continue to enjoy the rest of your stay in Chester. On a final note, could I please ask you all to remain seated until the vessel is firmly and safely tied up on the landing stage.